Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday live stream. The game plan for the week. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys had an exciting weekend here. We shall get started right away. So my name is Richard J, and I'm with Trading Rich, co-founder and head trader here at Trading Rich, and I'm excited to present to you guys the weekly game plan. I can't wait for Monday to come for us to start trading. So if you are joining us in the live stream here, let me know where you're tuning in from, which city you're tuning in from, so that we can give you a shout out and
Which
say
city you're tuning in from?
and say hi to you. Okay. Edmonton. Someone is from Edmonton. AAO is from Edmonton. So if you're joining us for the first time, please hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel so that you can get all live streams that we are going to have in the future. That way, immediately we go live, I go live, you are going to see it. You are going to get the notification, and also hit the notification bell. Also, make sure you join our free community if you've not joined our free community yet. So it's a place where we post a lot of golden nuggets for members. So make sure that you join our free community. I'm going to share my screen soon, and take a look at it. So welcome. So put in the chat. Let me know where you're piping in from, where you're tuning in from, so that we can say hi. So we have somebody from Edmonton. So Edmonton is leading here. Let's see where the other folks are coming from. Ottawa. Okay, awesome. How is the weather in Ottawa? Is it getting cold, or is it still nice? All right. Okay, we shall get started right away here. I'm going to share my screen, and then we shall go to this stuff here. Screen. Yeah. So this marks the last trading week for the month of September. So September traditionally has been a weak month, but this month was really a strong month here. I believe that the market is going to close green for the month of September. Let's check the charts for the S&P 500 ETF. Let's see where is that right now. Let's look at monthly charts. There you go. So it's green, bright green. So definitely we just have 2 days. We are going to have 2 days left in the month, so which is tomorrow and Tuesday. So those 2 days, I don't think is going to wipe out all these gains. So most likely we are going to close green by the end of the month, which is significant, right? Yeah. So next month we shall see how the month of what the month of October brings. I can't wait for October to start, and so that we can see what it has in stock for the stock market. Okay, so let's go to the economic calendar. So what happened last week? So last week we had last week was a pretty interesting week. The market kind of let's go to the weekly chart here. Let's see what the SPY did last week. So last week we got an indecision candle on the weekly, meaning that it's just like indecision, meaning that we are at sort of like a crossroad. Anytime you have this big rally and you have something like this, that's an indecision candle, which can cause it to go up or down, come down, right? We shall see how things play out this week. So far, the futures market is showing is green so far, meaning that the market is still bullish, and we expect to get a gap up tomorrow morning. Okay, yeah. Okay, so let's go to the economic calendar and see what we have here. So this week we have a number of Fed speakers. We have Federal Reserve Governor Chris Waller speaking, and then we have Cleveland governor to speaking, and then tomorrow at 10 a.m. we have pending home sales. Like the median expectation is forecast is 0%. So we shall see how that plays out. That might move the market in one direction or the other. Not really a significant. It's not really a significant a significant catalyst to move the market significantly, right? So we have Tuesday. Tuesday's own is going to be important because on Tuesday we are going to get job openings. Okay, so this is going to be job openings for month of August, job openings, and we are going to see the forecast is 7.1 million. We shall see if it meets expectation. If it's in line with expectation, then it's great. The market is going to go up. But if it's lower than that, the market can sell. Consumer confidence is also an important metric that reacts to the market. So when consumer sentiment doesn't meet this forecast, it's going to cause the market to sell. Okay. Then we have on Wednesday, we go to ADP employment. So this is also going to move the market. This is going to take place at pre-market and is going to move the market in one direction or the other. And Thursday is the day that this initial jobless claims, the market is going to keep a keen eye on these numbers. Last week we got the number showing that is showing strength. It's showing that we are below the 250 mark, and we are getting an improvement from last time. I think 2 weeks ago we got something that was 263 or 65, which was high, and it caused the market to sell. So this week we are seeing we saw an improvement, right, which is a good sign. So what the main reason why the Fed cut interest rates on September 17th was they felt that the job market was showing signs of cracks and it's showing weakness. So immediately this number came and it was higher, showing strength. It wasn't good for the market. Right? The market did not take it well, right? So we got a sell, and then we finally rallied back. So moving forward, the market is going to watch these numbers closely. Like right now, all the other economic numbers, I don't really worry about them. What I worry about the most is this number. So the moment this jobless claims number goes to 300,000, that means that those are recession numbers, right? So anything from 250 going means yellow flag. 300,000 means red flag. It's not good, right? And if you have consecutive $300,000 jobless claims a week, then that's going to be problematic. That means that the U.S. economy has cracked, the labor market has cracked, and U.S. economy is in recession, right? So that's what everybody's going to be looking at and watching closely. So if this continues showing strength, that means that the Fed can go back to their hawkish stance and say, hey, we wanted to cut interest rate, but now that the job market is showing strength, we are going to pull back a bit and then wait and see what happens to inflation, right? They will go back to their 2% target, okay? Right. Then Friday, we have unemployment rate and all this stuff. I mean, these ones it's not really a big deal of a thing. Right now, the market is looking at this number, Thursday's number, which is jobless claims, okay? All right. Okay, so now that we know the catalyst for the week, let's also on Wednesday, there's currently some kind of gridlock in Washington about government shutdown. Okay, so the Democrats are looking for healthcare spending, and the Republicans don't want to do that. So I believe President Trump is meeting with the Democrats tomorrow to see if they can strike a deal. If there's no deal struck by Wednesday, the U.S. government is going to go into a shutdown, right? So in the past, some shutdowns have been like it caused the market has pushed up, and sometimes the market has sold off. So we shall see how this reacts this time. But I think when all is said and done, they will come to a deal. These guys, they always have a deal. They will do it in the last minute, in the 11th hour, and avert the shutdown, because shutdown is not good for anybody, because there are people that work with the government, and when there's a shutdown, they have to go home and they have to stay at home without working, which is not a good thing. Okay. Yeah. And airports and stuff, military, other things, some people are going to be going home. So I hope cooler heads prevail and they find a solution to the gridlock and find amicable solutions so that they do not end up shutting the US government, right? Okay. So now that we know all the catalysts that is going to move the market this week, let's go to how we plan to make money this week, right? So last week, most of the tickers that I presented here did very well, and I hope you guys took advantage of it and executed on that, right? So this week I have a new set of tickers available. So let's look at the SPY. So the SPY is the ETF that tracks the S&P 500. And so far, there's only one thing I'm watching on SPY. So I've kept it very simple here. I've removed all indicators. Keep it simple. Just raw charts here, candlesticks. So over here, this is the daily chart of SPY. And this trend line here is from, so if you don't have this trend line on your chart, make sure you draw it. So this is a trend line from October 27, 2023. When you extend it, so this 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, and then you extend it, right? It comes to the highs of SPY, where SPY is now highs, right? And this trend line has been a multi-year trend line that has proved to be very strong. The last time price came here and broke it, that was during the previous all-time highs. That was in February 2025, and then we broke it. Okay, so when we broke it, that's when we got this big sell-off, and this coincided with Liberation Day sell-off due to tariffs. So if you look at the sell, from where it sold off, from this area, from this line, is, if you pull it down to the bottom, that was like approximately, something about 20%, because it's 18% from that area. From here to here is 18%, right? And now, where are we now in this? So now that we have this, the primary trend line, this is our secondary trend line. So this one here, we see that price has respected this trend line for how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So this is funny, right? That's why I like technical analysis, right? There isn't any confusion or any kind of thing going on. So here, on Thursday, when the market sold off and recovered and put in this bottoming tail candle, where did it come to? It came close to that trend line, right? So that tells me that this trend line here is a very significant trend line, this secondary trend line. So all what I'm watching on SPY, right, is the break of this trend line, this secondary trend line. Immediately this secondary trend line breaks, is going to lead to a flash to the downside, right? So I'll show you what's happening there. So over here, we can see that the last time we got like a sell to this area here, like we got this sell here, was let's see, so from here to here, from this area to this area, we've not really gotten a big sell here yet. So the last time, the closer it came is 3%, right? So what I think is going to happen is that this is what is called a rising wedge pattern. Okay, this is a rising wedge pattern. So usually rising wedge pattern, it can either break to the upside or break to the downside, right? However, most of the times you can get it to break to the downside. So in this case, if this breaks to the downside, as a technician, I always look at where is price going to go from here? What is the next area, right? Because that's all what I care about, right? Where is price going to go? Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? So, okay. So if it goes up, where are we looking at? What we are going to look at is that if we're able to break this multi-year trend line, this is 2023 October. So next October is going to be what is going to be 2 years, right? 2 years since that trend line was formed. So if price is able to break here, we are going to blast off and it's going to go, right? We are going to get squeezed to the upside. So I'm going to lean long in the market as long as we hold this secondary trend line, period, end of story, right? If the market continues to hold this secondary trend line, then I will be long-minded. Anytime it breaks it, the floodgates will open and we are going to head down, right? So where next am I seeing price to go if we break this trend line? So as a technician, I always look at this thing and say, okay, where is price going to go if we break this downsloping trend line? Okay, this upsloping trend line. So the next location is going to be, I'm going to measure, assuming we go all the way here and come down. Let's say we have a 10% correction. Okay, 10% correction will bring us to somewhere here. What's it? 10%, 10%. So 10% will bring us to, 10% will bring us to somewhere here. Yeah, approximately somewhere here, right? So that area, I'm looking at this place. I'm looking at the previous all-time highs, right? So that's what I'm looking at for this to come to, right? If price is to sell and we get a correction, I think it's going to come somewhere here, right? Somewhere here, because once we try to break this, it's going to try to push up, put in a double top, and then come down, right? So if the market was to break to the downside, I look at where is the next critical level. The next critical level is the previous all-time high from December and February, right? So this is this like a triple top on SPY. 1 top, 2 top, 3 top, right? That's the area I'm looking at. So for now, as I speak, I'm still bullish on the market. So those in our community, we caught. So again, we as a technician, you can read the charts and follow the footprints of money, right? Follow the smart money. So on when was it? With this day, it was on Tuesday during Powell's speech, when Powell came out and said the stock market is overvalued, right? It's excessively valued, right? Like the valuations are too high, and also he mentioned that one of the reasons why they cut interest rate, but because of the weakening economy, weakening job markets, right? So that caused the market to sell. So immediately I came out and I told members of the community that, hey guys, I think we are going to get a shift, right? I have a sense that we are going to get some downside coming in the market, right? So right there and there, I alerted a trade, which was T triple Qs, the triple leverage ETF for QQQ, and then we shorted it to the downside. So I mentioned to members that I plan to hold it through Thursday and also Friday if possible to get the trade to work out. And then we got this nice move to the downside. So if you look at this, it's from somewhere here. If I include this, that was about 2% move in the SPY. And then for the options, it returned 150% for the options, and we sold it on Thursday. Okay, so immediately price came here. I knew what was going to happen here, because here price has held and respected this level for several times, right? So I didn't expect it to break. If it broke, fine, then that would have been a good one. But I figured immediately price stalled out here. I figured that it was time to exit the trade, because it's not going to work from there onwards, because it's going to hold this key support level. And there we go, we held the support. And then what happened on Friday again, I came out and I told members that, hey, I'm looking after this sell here. because on Friday the market was red for most part. It was red, and the market started reversing, and I came out and we bought SPY calls. So we bought SPY 658 calls or 659 calls expiring on Monday, because I saw that like price put in this bottoming tail candle, which was a sign of reversal, right? A sign of reversal to the upside, and it held this trend line. So because of this trend line, that long we were protected in the trade. So I wasn't scared to go long on that, because we were protected in the trade here with this trend line. Okay, and we captured. So that trade before the close on Friday, it was up by 50 something percent. So I told members, you can take some profit off the table and hold some overnight. And so far the futures market is showing. Let's see what the futures market is doing here. Futures market, let's see what it's doing. Let's go to the December contracts. So far the futures market is showing is green. Futures market is green, like small green, but it still is good, meaning that we are up by, I think we are up by how many points? Let's see. We are up. That was the close from last time, and then here's where we are. I think we are up by about how many points? It's up by, the last time I checked, it was 30 points. 30 points move to the upside. Oh, it looks like it has come down a bit. Now it's 11 points, right? 11 points, meaning that if the SPY is to open right now, it's going to open at $1.10, right? $1.10. That's when it's going to open. So that means that our contracts is going to open around 663 thereabouts if it's to open right now. Okay. Right. So where is this? Just one sec here. All right. Okay. So in summary, this is what I'm looking at. As long as we hold this upsloping trend line, this one here, this secondary trend line, we are good. We are good for the long, right? If we break it, anytime we break it, straight full steam ahead, I'm going short, right? I'm going to look to short SPY. I'm going to look to short all extended stocks, right, in the market. That's what I'm going to do, because once we break here, I believe that we can get something close to a 10% correction in the market, and that I expect it to come in October, right? I expect it to come into. We didn't get any pullbacks so far. We've not gotten any meaningful pullback here. We've been grinding up, but I think that at some point the market is has to pull back and cool off a bit. We shall see how that plays out in the month of October. Okay. All right. So now let's go to the QQQ, the tech heavy QQQ, and see what that one is showing us as well. And we can use that to gauge our trades. Okay. So with the QQQ, what I'm looking at for the QQQ, let me go to the weekly. So the QQQ, I have this trend line here, which is an important trend line. This is from COVID low. This year is the 2022 lows, and then 2022 pivot low. And then if you extend it, this is the high of June 2024. And then this is the December 2024 highs, like previous all-time highs. And then here is where we are right now. And there's also a secondary trend line, which is the Liberation Day low to this level, this pivot low here to that pivot low. So far, what we see here is that we have these trend lines. So again, just like SPY, all what I'm watching, like if I'm going to be bearish on the market, is I'm watching this bottom trend line. The moment it breaks, I'm going to lean short. But as long as it's not broken, we are heading up, right? As long as it's not broken, we are heading up. So I'm showing you guys this so that I keep everything simple, right? And with trend lines are very underestimated in trading, but they keep things very simple and straightforward, right? It's a trend. So as they say, the trend is your friend until the end, right? So that's what we are going to do. The trend is your friend until the end. So make sure you write that down and make sure you're taking notes, because after this live stream, I'm going to ask questions. So make sure you take good notes of everything that I'm going through here today, so that you can answer the question when I pose it. Okay. All right. So as a technician, I look at it and say, okay, if there is a sell-off, or if this upsloping trend line breaks, where is price going to head? Where next is price going to head? Price is going to head here. So if you look at this from the top here to the bottom here, is what? Approximately 10% correction, right? And that's going to bring us to the previous all-time high. So that is where, if we get a pullback in October. So as we get into October, I know there are a whole bunch of guys who have been saying we still have 20% rally to the upside and all that stuff. Just be very careful, because right now the market is grinding, and we can get to a point where, because nobody wants to buy QQQ at this all-time high. Smart money do not trade that way, right? It was easier to be buying things, loading the boat and buying a whole bunch of things when QQQ was here, not here. So you have to be very careful when you buy into things, because especially longs, right? Because the market is too extended. It needs to pull back, right? I mean, once it pulls back, if you get that 10% pullback, that's great. Then you can buy the dip. You should not be buying the dip on things that are at all-time highs, right? Yeah, fine. You can get maybe a 10% push, but when it's coming down, it's going to be very nasty, right? So just be very cautious, and do not be somebody else's exit liquidity, right? Because if you don't know what you're doing and you just go buy something at all-time highs and the market starts selling, you are going to panic and you are going to sell, right? By that time, I would have sold my stuff already. I'll be out, right? So do not be somebody else's exit liquidity, right? That means that you should not be buying things at extremely high levels or at all-time highs, and putting in high risk like you would have done here and doing that here. That's too risky. Okay. So that's the if you're not going to take anything from this live stream, that's what you have to take in, right? Because right now is the time to be defensive, right? You have to be defensive. So everything that you're doing, you ask yourself, okay, what if I wake up one day and then overnight there's 3% gap down, or the market begins to sell off significantly? Am I able to stomach the loss? That's what you have to ask yourself. So don't be listening to talking heads who say the market is going to go 20% more and stuff. It could do that, but the longer it goes, the higher the risk of it going down, and going down very fast, right? I'm not interested in buying a whole bunch of shares of a stock when QQQ and SPY are trading at the all-time high. No thanks. I'm not going to do that, right? Because it's too risky. Okay. When we get a pullback, like we get a decent pullback, like a 5%, or we get a correction of 10%, that's perfect. That time is a good time to buy things, and we can ride it up. So we need that kind of reversal to come. Once it comes, we can take advantage of that. But make sure you note this trend line here. And once we break this trend line, we know that we are trouble is coming, right? Trouble is coming. So that's what I'll say. Okay, so let's go to the individual stocks, right? Let's go to the individual stocks and see which stocks I plan to trade. Now that I know that we know where the market stands and where the QQQ and SPY stands and stuff. So let me go and check the stocks that I'm watching this week. Okay. So I have some longs and I have some shorts, right? So as a technician, every time you have to plan for everything, right? You should not leave anything unattended to, right? You have to plan for the worst and then the best, right? All levels, okay? So my also let me check out crypto. Let's go to crypto. Let's check out crypto, what crypto is doing. Let's check out what Bitcoin is doing. To see where Bitcoin is. So Bitcoin, where are you, my friend? It's over here. So here you have Bitcoin here, and we have this. Let me take off these lines. Okay, take off all lines. Okay, so this is Bitcoin daily chart. Okay, so what I see here on Bitcoin is that Bitcoin put in what looks like a head and shoulders pattern, and it's, so I'm going to draw something here. If you look at this, so we have this trend line here, and sorry, let me take this out. So we have something looking like a head and shoulders pattern here. Trying to make it out here, somewhere here. I think here, this one. Okay. So we have something looking like a head and shoulders pattern, but it could not really break the neckline. So we have this. So this is your head, this your left shoulder, this your right shoulder. But we saw that we had this bounce here, and we are bouncing so far. Okay, so that means that so it came all the way here. So I was expecting it to come to 109. Yeah, it came all the way here. So now it is holding. So what that means is that with Bitcoin, I'm going to see if this, as long as we don't break below this trend line here, this one, this double trend line, as long as we don't break below here, then that inverse head and shoulders is not going to trigger. Okay. So with head and shoulders, what you look at is that you look at this, the neckline, right? So where's the highest point? So this is the highest point here, somewhere here. Highest point here, you move that down. That should give you the location of how far, if this breaks, is going to come to. It might come to something like 97,000 or something like that, right? But for now, Bitcoin is showing signs of reversal, signs of signs that is bouncing. Okay. So over here, as long as we're able to, as long as we're able to hold, we don't break below this zone, right? These two lines, this zone, then Bitcoin is safe and it can push somewhere here at least, and then from there it can look to break out from there. So this gives us a wedge pattern, right? It's triangle wedge pattern, and this actually can just consolidate, right? Sometimes it can just consolidate and do a zigzag move. We can do this, do that, right? Continue playing here until it gets to the tip, and then from there it can decide whether to go up or come down, right? In that case, it can do this and push up. Okay, so that's what I see for Bitcoin, and as long as we don't break this, we have room to push, and so far it's showing that it's bullish right now with this bullish engulfing candle right now. So that means that Bitcoin is holding, and with, again, Bitcoin is like a leverage ETF of the Nasdaq, right? So as long as the Nasdaq is up, Bitcoin will also be up. Okay. Next one is Ethereum. So one that I'm really watching this week is Ethereum. Ethereum USD. This one. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ethereum USD. Ethereum USD. No, where's Ethereum? ETH. Okay, so there is it. Okay, there it is. Okay, so this is what I see for Ethereum. So Ethereum is forming. This is what I call a bull flag, right? So here you have the flag, and this your flagpole, and this your flag, or you can even call the flagpole here, this tiny one. Here is a flagpole, and this is the flag, right? So Ethereum has been respecting this parallel channel. It has been respecting it. So you see, up, came down, respected, it went up, came down, so that kind of thing, right? So it came down here and it's holding. So Ethereum, as long as it holds this, you see this green zone, right? This green shaded area, as long as price does not break this level, 38, 36, 35. As long as we don't break below this parallel channel, Ethereum is going to push up to the upside. Already we had this move that was on this Sunday, and now it still is going now, trying to push here. We can push more, push further by tomorrow. So here we have like a price imbalance that is forming on Ethereum. And once it's where is this? Once it start moving, once it start moving up, it's going to fill this price imbalance over here. It's going to come here, and then from there it's going to look two ways. So I think Ethereum could come to 4,200. Then from there it's going to go to 4,400 or 500 ish, right? That's a place where I think Ethereum is going to go. But again, the upside target is the upper channel of this flag pattern. So with that in mind, if Ethereum is strong, then we can target Ethereum ETFs in the stock market, right? And trade them. We don't necessarily need to go trade Ethereum in crypto. We can trade things that track Ethereum. So one of them is the ETF called ETHA. Okay, ETHA. ETHA is an ETF that tracks Ethereum. So if Ethereum goes up, this one too goes up. So right here we see that this is below the 50 SMA, and it has a lot of moving averages congestion here. So it has its work cut out for it. But however, if Ethereum moves, this is also going to move as well. And if Ethereum goes to the top of that parallel channel, this can come all the way to 33 or even higher. It can even make, you can actually make new highs. It's going to push new highs, right? So you can buy call option on this if Ethereum is showing strength in the crypto market. Alternatively, if you want to spice things up, you can get if you are not scared of risk, right? You can just buy this one. This is a leverage ETF, 2x leverage. So anytime Ethereum moves up by 1%, this one can move up by 2%, right? So you can get the leverage ETF of this, okay? That's ways where you can track Ethereum when it goes up. The same way, if it goes down as well, you can buy put options on it as well. Okay. All right. So now let's go to my stock tickets for the week. Other stock tickets for the week, I've already covered the ETU, ETH, and ETU. Let's cover my other stock tickets for the week. So I will start with the shorts, right? Let's start with the shorts, right? Because everybody's going long. Let's start with the shorts, right? Let's start with the shorts and see how it is. So first on the chopping block is quantum computing stocks. Again, this short can be risky because there are a whole lot of retail chasing this stuff and they keep on getting squeezed. But I think that it's time for quantum computing stocks to pull back. Actually, they started on Friday. It's a no-brainer. It needs to come down, right? So here, this is I go to the weekly. So on the weekly, I'm seeing a very good shorting friend of mine, right? This is topping tail candle, right? Topping tail candle, this signifies selling pressure, right? So all those guys that were pushing this down, they are going to defend this position, okay? So if price can break below 65.33, which is the low of this weekly candle, this is going to head down, right? And once it heads down, there's a lot of it can really go down. So let's go to the daily and see what I'm saying. So here for IonQ, right? IonQ, the trade is very simple. There isn't any confusion about this, right? You have a trend line here which holds this. One hit, two hits, the high of this and that. If this trend line breaks, first of all, we need a red candle that breaks this trend line. And this trend line is from January 2025. That's crazy. January 2025 to now. So if we're able to break below, again, if we're able to break below this weekly level, we are going to head down. And you have a lot of this, anytime you have green candles like this, it forms what is called a price imbalance, right? So that price imbalance needs to be filled. So this is going to go down and it's going to go fast, very fast. So over here, if it's going down, the question as a technician to ask yourself is that where is price going next? Where is the nearest support where price is going to go? The next support is going to be here, over here, which is 54. And the next one is going to be here, which is 47. And these stocks, the same way it went up so fast is the same way it's going to go down. Actually, going down is going to be faster, right? It can give us one long bearish engulfing candle and it's going to go down, right? And I want to be part of this party if it's going down, right? Because what you have to know if you're a newbie or a beginner is that in Wall Street, they say that the bulls take the staircase up and the bears use the elevator down. So which one is faster? If you're going up a high-rise building of 20 floors and you're taking the stairs and somebody's using the elevator, which one is faster? The elevator is obviously faster, right? So here, I see this, once this breaks, this is a critical level, but once it breaks, so tomorrow I'm going to be watching. Actually, let me set the alert here. I'll set the alert here, right here live, so that I don't forget. I don't want to miss this. 33. Once it gets there, let me know. Okay. So once this gets there, I'll get a notification from TC2000, and then I'll execute the trade to the downside. Okay. So let's go to the let's check it out here quickly. Check the volume profile. Let's check the volume profile on IonQ. So IonQ is a quantum computing stock, and quantum computing stocks have been rising. We were able to catch one of the quantum computing stock, QBTS, and that one worked out nicely. So if you look at this, right, so this is the volume profile of IonQ. And if you go down, you see that there's a big gap here, big volume gap. So I told you guys that anytime you have this green, no red, it causes a price imbalance, and that leads to a volume gap. So this is going to come. If it breaks this level, it's going to go very fast. It's going to go very fast, right? And we can get a big move to the downside. So in that case, I'm going to look to buy put options here. So something like a $65 puts expiring on Friday should get a job done, or the following week, October 10, right? Could get it done. October 3rd or October 10th should be able to get this job done. But if we hold, like, alternatively, if you hold this upsloping trend line, then we are going to go up and retest the all-time highs. So going into the week, I already have my long trade plan for IonQ and my short trade plan for IonQ. Whichever one triggers first, I'm going to take it, right? With no emotions, right? I'm going to take it and trade it accordingly, right? Because I know where to figure out, like, how to stop out, how to enter, how to exit, all that good stuff. Okay, right. So IonQ is next one I'll look to short. This one is it's a little bit of a tricky one, but I like the way it's setting up. Okay, perfect. So this is AVGO. AVGO had very good earnings, and it had this big gap up here. So now we've gone up, and then we have this trend line here. We have this here. So this 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, 4 hits, 5, 6, right? So what I'm looking for AVGO is simple. There are two trades here. It's either I go long or I go short. Simple as that, right? If AVGO does not break below this 327 level, then we are going to go long, right? I'll take a long above this thing, above this, ideally above the moving averages. So this moving averages, I want it to be above 341. I'm going to go long, and I'm going to look to capture the all-time high. So again, if QQQ is strong and pushing up, then we can push this back up to all-time highs again. Okay, so that's the long part. The short part is that if this trend line breaks, right, it's going to come here to the first 50 SMA on the daily, and then we are going to get this gap fill. So my target for the short is mainly the gap fill. Give me the gap fill, and I'm going to be happy. That's it. Create two targets, right? So the gap fill is going to be here. So the gap entry is here. 332 is going to be your gap entry. And then once we start breaking it and we break below that low, which is this, that low is 327. That's the low. Once we break there, then we're heading down. Okay. So this is either we go long or we go short. So whichever one triggers first, you can take the trade, profit from it, rinse and repeat. That's how it is. Okay. So those are the two shots I have. The next one is I'm going to look for longs, right? So longs here, one of the longs that I'm going to look at is HIMS. So HIMS, we've traded this in the swing trading service several times, in the day trading service as well. HIMS has always been a printer, right? It prints money. So here we caught this swing trade. So here HIMS, anytime it came to the 200, we've caught the trade for it. This was a beautiful one in April, and this one too, we caught this in the swing trading service as well. So yeah, but now it's at a critical location. So we have this cap here, this looking like a handle, and we shall see how this plays out. So if we break above this level, which I think it can easily do because of this candle that he put in on Friday, break above this zone between 58.23 and 59.49, we are going to squeeze. This is going to push up, and we are going to head here. At least here, because there's this wick fill or something like gap fill here that needs to be filled, and then from there we get to go back to this area. So HIMS is on the verge of a breakout this week. If we gap up, so tomorrow if we gap up above any of these levels, we are going to look to go long by the $60 calls expiring on Friday and trade it. Okay. All right. So that's HIMS. The next one I have on my radar is CRM. Salesforce. So CRM is an interesting one because it has this wedge pattern here. Price has held here. If you go to the weekly, I see a pattern recognition on the weekly here, which is very important. You see that anytime that CRM has come to the 20-week, 200-week simple moving average, it has always bounced. So here, it bounced here in when was this? 2023. It bounced here. It bounced here as well in 2024. Here as well, it came here, bounce. So I believe it's going to bounce again, and it's showing signs of bouncing. So here, this can give us a double bottom. Okay, this can give us one bottom, two bottom here, and then once we break out of this down sloping trend line, this is going to push up and go. So I like CRM for a long, maybe something like a 250 calls, 250 calls expiring on Friday or the week after, like 2 weeks out is good. Allow it to play out. Okay, at least we can come here 258, then from there we get to this area. So CRM is a good one. Next one on my radar is two Magnificent Seven stocks. Apple. I think Apple has room to crack all-time highs this week if the market is strong. And this is I was expecting it to happen on Friday, but it was disappointing. It did not get the job done. So what needs to happen is Apple needs to find a way to hold this area. So here I see let me clear these lines. I see a bull flag here. So you see this is the flag. See here, this is the flag here. See this? This is a flagpole. Soft flag bull. Okay. So what needs to happen is that we need price to break above these highs, this area. If price can break above these highs, we can push and break out, right? And then the breakout is going to bring us to the all-time highs. Where is the all-time highs? All-time highs is at 260. All-time highs, previous all-time highs are 260. So above 260, we are going to make new all-time high. So that's why I see Apple Friday's candle was not encouraging. It's like a topping tail, but so it can mean two things. But if the only thing that matters is that as long as this box here, let me color it in green. As long as this box here does not break to the downside, to the bottom end of this, then this is good. We are going to break out and go. So we are going to get something like this. Let's see if I can draw it. Like here, a green candle like that, and we crack, make new all-time highs. Okay. So that's why I look for Apple. So Apple mainly I'm looking for longs, but if it breaks below this, we are going to look for a short, and we are going to target this gap fill here. 248 gap entry and 245 gap fill. Okay. So that's it for Apple. Next one is my favorite stock, Tesla. Tesla. So Tesla is also bull flagging here. Let me take off these lines. So Tesla is also bull flagging here. And on Friday, it wanted to go, but I think the market slowed it down a bit. So here we have this. So this is a critical level. And here is your highs. So what needs to happen is that Tesla needs to find a way to break above this 447 level, 446 level. If he's able to do that, then it's going to go. So here we have, this is your flag. Okay. This is your flag here. And this is your pole. From here to here is your pole, flag pole, right? So we are showing encouraging sign. This candle here, this is a bottoming tail candle, but this candle, the body of this candle wiped out this. It means that there's still momentum to the upside, right? Momentum to the upside. So, and Tesla is the type of stock where once it moves, it can take off and go. So tomorrow, if we're able to break above 446, we shall push to 450 and beyond. Okay. And Tesla have their delivery numbers coming up sometime this week. And if those numbers are good, Tesla has room to make all-time highs by the end of the week if the market is strong and those numbers are good, right? But if the numbers are not good, it's going to sell. So those are the things. So my short-term target for Tesla is 500, right? 500 by the end of the year. 500 by the end of the year. If this momentum carries on and they produce good delivery numbers. Okay. So Tesla is also on the radar this week for longs. Okay. And let me give you guys some small caps that you can look at, small cap stocks. One of them is Peloton. Peloton was a pandemic darling, but it's been demolished after the pandemic, right? So this stock, Peloton, where did I draw this stuff? So Peloton, if you go to is the weekly here. Peloton looks like it wants to have like a weekly squeeze kind of thing. If it's able to break out above this thing, above this level, $8 level, you can look to get $9 calls expiring on Friday. And this is going to give us a break. So as long as we can break above this 892, this thing is going to take off and go. It's going to squeeze, right? It's going to squeeze to the upside, and this can get us to at least this area, $10, right? $10 in that. Okay. All right. So yeah. So next small cap stock that I have is Bull. So we traded Bull in the swing trading service, and like we made very good return on it. So this chart, I've not changed it. It was same chart that we had in the swing trading service, and members printed bigly in this one, big time. So here, this is a, whoops, let me take this out, show you guys. So here, this is a cup, right? And this is your handle forming. So over here, we were able to capitalize on this trade. It was a beauty. It was a thing of beauty, like absolutely fantastic. So here, we were able to capitalize on this. That was in the week of September. That was a Monday. Yeah, we captured this here from here, and we rolled it up all the way to this area. I rolled it up all the way to now. We are about to break out of this. It was about to take off on Friday, but the market was a little bit weak in the opening hours, and it caused it not to break out. So this week, I think the job is going to be done. The job is going to be done if the market is strong. Only if the market is strong, right? If the market is strong, we are going to break out above this 1549 or 1550. Once we do that, this stuff is going to go to 17, 18, like, yeah, $17, $18. That is something that can happen. So bull, I'm going to be watching bull again. This has been a consistent performer for us. Anytime we swing trade it, it's always on point. Bull has always been on point. So I expect it to continue again. If we're able to break above this, this is going to take off and go. And the breakout is imminent, right? So you can get the $15 calls, $16 calls, whichever one, right? So just buy time on it, because small caps usually cannot be trusted, right? Sometimes they work out, sometimes they just collapse and do all sort of things, right? Because I was expecting this to move on Friday, but it didn't do what it wanted to do. So it's what it is. We will be able to catch it again when the breakout happens. So tomorrow, this is going to be one of my main watch in terms of small caps to target to trade. Okay, yeah. So this is the key stuff that I have here. Also, for those that are following us and stuff, on Tuesday I'm going to have an important masterclass. So you don't want to miss this masterclass. So this masterclass is going to talk about the final rally or the big crash, right? You don't want to miss this masterclass, because I'm going to show you guys the Q4 game plan, how we plan to make money in Q4. So anytime I do these master classes, I provide a lot of golden nuggets. And anybody that has attended this master class, even if they implemented 10% of what was taught in the master class, they will make money from the market, right? In November 2024, I did a master class when Trump won the presidency, right? And in that master class, what I said was that we spent time to analyze all of Trump's policies. And I said that Trump is not new, right? Trump 1.0, we had what? The tariff war, the trade war with China, and it caused the market to crash in 2018. So he's coming again. He's not backed off of the tariffs. He said he was going to do it. So I told members, those that were in the masterclass, I mentioned that if Trump goes ahead with the tariffs, it's going to cause the market to go into a bear market. And we got a bear market in April when we got the Liberation Day. So S&P 500 went below 20%. Nasdaq went below 20%. So anytime the market sells 20% from recent highs, is classified as a bear market. And on April 7th, when everybody was scared, everybody, like all sort of headlines, on the Sunday, April 6th, I did a masterclass, futures masterclass. And in that masterclass, I said that the market was going to bottom on Monday, right? And on that Monday, I told members of my community to buy certain stocks. And what happened? The market bottomed on April 7th. On April 9th, the president of the United States came out and he said, great time to buy. Great time to buy, right? So it just confirmed we already took some stuff. And I mentioned to members of the community, I told them that we were going back to all-time highs. Where are we right now? We are going back to all-time highs, right? So right now, where are we headed? That is the question. So you are going to know the answer to this when you come to the masterclass, right? And so here is it. I'm going to put the registration link here in the chat, and you can make sure you register and share it with friends, right? Friends and family. Anybody that can benefit from this, share it with them, because it's going to be an absolutely amazing masterclass. You don't want to miss it. Okay, so make sure you get your friends and family to join the masterclass. Also, if you are joining us for the first time, please make sure to so the masterclass is going to be on Tuesday, September 30th. It's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern or 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So we are going to talk about where the market is heading for the fourth quarter, how we can plan and position ourselves strategically to make the moves together with Wall Street, right? We don't want Wall Street to make the move without us. So we want to make the move with them. So you want to be there. So make sure you sign up. So seats are filling up fast. Make sure you sign up right away. You can do that tonight. Don't forget it. Do that tonight so that once we go live, you are going to be there. It's going to be on Zoom. So make sure you sign up for the masterclass, and also forward it to your friends. Invite your friends so that they can also gain some knowledge and get some golden nuggets from this as well. Okay. And if you are not part of our community, please join our free community. So go to our website, tradingrich.com. It's easy to join the community. So over here, we post a lot of golden nuggets for our community members. So you click here. Once you join the web, go to the website, you click on join the community, and you join. And also, one important thing is that there are a lot of people who watch our live stream, but the number of people watching is lower than the number of folks that have subscribed. So please, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so that anytime I go live, you can join us live as well. Okay, so yeah, so that's it for tonight. And if you have any questions, please put your question in the chat and let me know. Actually, let me know what you guys learned tonight. Like, let me know one thing that you learned tonight. Please put it in the chat. There are 24 people here live, so I want to see 24 comments, right? So put in the chat what you learned here from this live stream. Just one thing that you learned, one take-home message. What do you learn from tonight's live stream? So put it in the chat and let me see. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask those questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. Okay. Where is this? So if you have any questions, please put your questions in the chat. Also, let me know what you learned from the live stream today. So there are 24 people here live. So let me know what you guys learned from the live stream today. Just put in the chat. Do you have any questions? Does anybody have any questions? Okay, awesome. AAO. I don't know what your name is. Yeah, if you can put your name so that we know whether your name is there, but that's good. Don't be someone else's exit liquidity. Exactly, right? Don't be someone else. This is not the time to be going gangbusters and going crazy and buying a whole bunch of stuff, right? Do not do that. Do not do that. Okay, Alaba, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, do not do that, right? I mean, the time to do that was in April, right? The time to buy, load the boats or load the ship or load whatever, the plane or the bus or the whatever, was to do that in April, not when the market is at all-time high. Do not do that, right? Don't be going to oversizing trades and stuff. Just be cautious, right? Be conservative, because once the sell-off comes, once the selling comes, when we are moving, you can get awesome. So Evie said the trend is your friend until the end. Yeah, the trend is your friend until the end. That's the thing. So Inspire and QQQ, I've provided you guys. I mean, this is a golden nugget I've provided you guys. Some other guys are going to be figuring out, are we going up? Are we going down? You just have something to guide you, right? If the secondary trend line breaks, then you know that, okay, you know what? We have to start flipping short. But as long as it holds, we are going up. Simple as that. No confusion, right? So what about the others? What do you guys learn? Put it in the chat. Let me know what you guys learned in this. So, or if you have any questions, feel free to ask, right? Do not be shy. Ask your questions. So I'm going to wait here for a minute and see if there's any questions. Yeah, so Thursday, guys, do not miss Thursday's masterclass, right? The last time that we did a masterclass, I'll show you guys something. The last time that we did a masterclass, let me pull this back here. The last time we did a masterclass, that was here, over here. Good. So the last time we did a masterclass, let me see if I can get this to, let's see here. Perfect. The last time we did a masterclass, actually, this was the April 6th masterclass. Okay. That was a futures masterclass. And you can find that masterclass in our community, right? So don't take my word for it. Go to, when you're part of our community, go to the free courses. Check out the April 6th masterclass on futures, right? And go to the end. Like at the end, I was speaking about what the stuff is. Okay. So on that day, on that day, I mean, it's crazy. Like, I haven't deleted this line. This line on my chart here, this orange line, has been there since April. I've not deleted it on my chart. That time, we were trading here. This was where we were, like, this was here. And I came out and I said that this year, given that the semiconductors have carried the market from early 2023 to now due to the AI trade and AI revolution, or AI, whatever you can call it, right? We can position ourselves to get a triple leverage ETF. So you buy leverage ETFs when the market is at an extreme decline. When the market experiences extreme decline, that's when you buy leverage ETFs, not when the market is at all-time high. You don't want that, right? So you buy that. And at the time, I mentioned that in that masterclass, I mentioned that I spoke to the market gods and they told me to give you guys, the guys that attended the masterclass, this present. And the present was XOXL. So there are two ways to do it. You can either buy the shares, which was at that time it was around $6, right? $6.85. So if you even bought the shares of this from here to this place where it is right now, look left. This returned 245% or 250%. Let me break down the math. So that means that if you put in $1,000, you made 2,500 pure profit from this trade, right? However, members of my community, I told them, okay, I came out and I said, it's two ways. You can either buy the shares, or if you want to spice things up, you can get the options. So we bought the options. We bought the $12 calls expiring in January 2026. That was costing about $200. Let's see where that is trading right now. That is January 2026. $12. I have to go very, very far to find it. So here we are almost there. Okay, so where is it? So here we have, look at that, $24, right? This was trading at $25, excess of $25 earlier in the week here. So look at that, 24 $24, right? So $24, to break it down for those that do not understand option, is that we bought it for $2. So in option, every number that we talk about, every price you multiply by 100. So 200, so 2 times 100 is $200. Now this is what trading at what, $24. So do the math, right? What's the math on that? That's 12x return, right? So you put in 10,000, you made 120,000 from that trade alone. So you don't want to miss the masterclass for anything, right? You want to be there, and you want to be there live. And I have special presents for those that are going to be there live. It's only for those that are going to be live who are going to get it. So make sure, once again, I'm going to put the link is in the chat here. Go to the webinar registration and register. Okay. Correct. So somebody asks Opomo Bovi. He says, is there a curriculum for people new to trading to understand fundamentals that you can lead them? Absolutely, we have that here. So I'll show you where it is. I'll show you. Great question. Good that you asked. So I'll show you where that is. So you come to our website here, and we have courses. We have courses, and we have I like the fact that people are asking questions, right? We don't want this to be a one-way traffic. You come in, you ask questions. Okay, good. Don't be shy. Ask questions. So here you have this course. So we have a number of courses, but this is for this called the 4 Weeks to Trading Rich course. So this course is the most comprehensive course you are going to get on the market. So it teaches you everything. So it takes you from kindergarten to university. You get every single thing that you need. So imagine you came into the market without any knowledge. You've never heard about a stock before. You've never heard about an option. It teaches you every single thing. And it teaches you the different styles of trading, right? So we talk about long-term investing, how to analyze a stock within 1 minute, whether to know whether that stock is a good investment or not, how to analyze an ETF within 1 minute to know whether it's a good ETF to invest in or not, how to determine the market bottom. Many investors, many traders don't know when to figure out the market bottom. They'll tell you, hey, you can't determine the market bottom. That's nonsense, right? Because they don't know how to figure it out, right? So in this course, I teach you how to determine the market bottom, and I also teach you how to find significant discounts in the market. The stock market is the only place where when there's a discount, people are running away because they are scared, right? So I teach you where to get absolute golden discount. It's like Black Friday in the stock market, right? You don't want to miss that. The same way people go for Black Friday sales and the queue stand in front of the store to open, or even in Canada, we have Boxing Day where people line up for hours to wait to get deals. You can also get that in the stock market. And in that course, I teach you all that stuff. So here, you are going to learn about like, options, stocks, and you learn about also swing trading. First off, you learn about technical analysis, all these charts and graphs and things that I'm having here. By the time you finish the course, it's going to be a no-brainer. You can figure out everything that we speak, because technical analysis is like a new language. So you learn and then you can interpret, right? It's not 100% proof. There's nothing 100% in life, but it puts the probabilities in our favor. 80% probability in our favor. So once you have the technicals, it doesn't really matter what the news is. You don't even need to know about the news. If you know it, great, right? You can add it as a secondary thing, but you don't base your thesis on news. You base your thesis on the technicals. What's the technical telling you? Because sometimes the news can be fake, right? As Trump said, fake news, right? It can be fake news as well. So here, this course here, you learn about, so you have 24 on-demand access. You have access to a WhatsApp community of mastermind group. And anybody that signs up for this call, we give you 3 months complimentary trade alerts, right? Signals. that is trade alerts from me, like alerts that I take. So every single week we have a subscription service where members are making money every single week, right? So if you have a busy 9 to 5, you don't have time to trade and stuff like that, no worries, right? I provide everything. So in that service, I provide, like on Sunday like this, all the members already have been provided with a short video describing the top 3 tickets for the week. And I provide them with a trade plan. And then on Monday, once any of those trades trigger, it can be long or it can be short. Once it triggers and I use my money to buy, I alert it and let people know, hey, this is how much I bought this for. This is what I'm looking at. This is my target. This is my last week. 2 of the tickets that we were watching, CoreWeave and ASTS, CoreWeave returned 450%. Actually, exactly 458% return from our entry to our exit. And then ASTS returned excess of 200%. So, and then we also had another trade. We had TQQQ when the market sold off. That one too made 120 to 140%. It depends on your exit, right? And then we also bought SPY longs, swing trade. That one returned 50% before the close. Yeah. So if you combine them, we are looking at 800% return combined in 1 week. So if you put $1,000 in that kind of thing, you would have made what? 800%, 8K from that. So this is the kind of thing that you get for this course. And then how much is the cost? So the cost is here. The cost of the course is here. It's the cost of the course is 1997 USD, right? So this is a lifetime access, and you get access to everything that you need. Also, there's one other thing that we teach in the course as well. We teach about option selling. So option selling is another way where you can create your own dividend in the market. You can do A, B, and B in the market, right? With option selling. So with option selling, basically you have 100 shares of Tesla. You can make that 100 shares of Tesla pay you every single week. And if you are skilled enough, and let's say you have a mortgage or something, you can set it up so that those 100 shares can be paying your mortgage on a bi-weekly basis or on a weekly basis, however you want it, right? Which is powerful, right? So everything is covered here, and you get, a community of no trader left behind in here. So if you are interested, you can go here. This is the and this is a lifetime access, right? So you get any kind of updates to the course, you are going to get access to it. And I'm going to put it here. So here it is. I'm going to put it here in the chat. And if you have any questions, feel free to text this number, and we are going to answer your questions, okay? Feel free to text this number. Yeah, that's the number. So if you have any questions, feel free to text this number, and we can answer any questions that you have, okay? So next question, someone says, catalyst points coming, looking forward to Wednesday, Thursday indicators. Okay, awesome. Okay, so yeah, so let me know if you guys have any other questions. Any other questions coming up? And the other services that we offer, let me go through that quickly. We offer so if you come here to our courses, so again, if you are not part of our community, please join the free community. You don't need to pay for it. It's free of charge. And any information that we post there, you can also get it free of charge, right? So here, this is our weekly alert service, so signal. So if you are busy, if you have a busy 9 to 5 or a busy business schedule or something like that, and you don't have time to be trading, you just sign up for this here. What do you get? So here you get here, what do you get from this service, Rich Alerts? What you get from this service is very straightforward. So you get 3 expertly crafted options trade alerts per week. So every week, you can be rest assured that you're going to get high quality research options trades. And I don't disclose these ones on YouTube, right? These are for subscribers, okay? and then you have instant access to our swing trading course, and you have the weekly video. So the weekly video has already been uploaded for subscribers already. They already know our top 3 tickets for the week. So by Monday, once the trade triggers, boom, we go in and execute on the trade, and we profit from it, right? And throughout the trades, I provide real-time alerts. Okay, we entered here, there's a price, we are taking profit here, I've taken profit, I'm holding runners, every single thing is updated throughout the week, right? And then you get like text messaging alerts letting you know the position changes, everything, and then ongoing updates throughout the week. And then we do the research on what's going on, why we are taking this trade, any kind of insiders. Like on last week we had CoreWeave. So CoreWeave is an AI cloud computing company that recently IPO'd in March, and when you first IPO, the insiders are prevented to sell their shares until after 180 days. And the deadline was coming up on Wednesday. So in that trade, swing trade alert, I told members that the trade must work out by Wednesday. If it doesn't work out, then we'll come up, because after Wednesday, the deadline for insiders to start selling expires, and they will start selling their shares on Thursday. And if you check here, CoreWeave started selling. And he sold it. But by then we have already made our money. We did not have to stay in for long. So that's the kind of reset that you get. So here's CoreWeave. And CoreWeave was so we captured this move this Monday. So this candle alone, this one, gave us 458%. This one. That's all we needed, right? And then on Tuesday, it went up and it came back down. So we were able to capture a small move here. And then Wednesday, it did this. And Thursday, what did it do? So this was the Wednesday. This was the deadline for insiders to hold their shares. And then on Thursday, what did they do? They started selling. Friday, they sold off. So if you don't have this information, you'll be holding, and then you get smoked, right? Because this stock here is a very volatile stock. It's very volatile. It's like a wild animal. It's crazy, right? So this is a stock that I'm going to look to short next week here if the sell-off continues. And so that's the swing trading service. So how much is the cost? How much does it cost? Click on it. It's very affordable. 47 USD per month. This like going to Subway, right? Going to Subway with a friend. That's how much you're going to pay. Subway. Or going to Burger King or McDonald's, right? These days, all those McDonald's, that's how much you're going to pay, right? But this year, you are getting alerts for every week. You are getting an alert. So during the month, you are getting your 3 tickets times 4. That's 12. And you are going to get high quality alerts. And this is the only service that is guaranteed in the industry here. 30-day money back guarantee. If after 30 days, you take the trades and you say, hey, Richie, I did not make money. Okay, fine. Show me the trades that you took, the ones I alerted. When did you take the trade? Did you take the alerts? Did you execute? You show us that. No questions asked. We are going to refund your $47 back to you. So far, nobody has come to ask for any kind of refund because they are making money. It's as simple as that, right? And the yearly fee is $470. You get 2 months free if you subscribe for the yearly subscription, okay? So if you are looking for something to give you passive income every week to even passive income and even replace your full-time income, this is what you need, right? But you have to know how to buy and sell options. You have to have your broker, everything in place, okay? And this one here, the next one is our day trading service. So we also do day trading. So in the course, in the 4 weeks to trading rich, you learn about day trading, right? So I teach you a day trading strategy that you can do 1 hour a day. Everybody has 1 hour to day trade a day, 1 hour, right? And we look for specific move, right? Most traders look for setups. We trade strategy, right? We go into the market, we look at how the market behaves based on market sentiment, based on psychology, based on a number of things. We go and we execute. So if you're looking to make money from the market, pull money from the market on a daily basis, this is the service for you, right? So over here, we day trade every day. I day trade every day with subscribers, and we do that for both options and futures. So I'm an options and futures trader. I can trade both. There are days where I trade both. There are days where I only trade option or only futures, right? So here we trade 5 days a week, and then we have the pre-market game plan. Pre-market game plan live screen share starts at 8:45 a.m. Eastern. Pre-market game plan starts at 9 a.m. Eastern, and we have here how much does it cost? $97, right? Only $97. Only $97 to trade with me live 20 days in a month. Absolutely incredible, right? And here it's not just we are just doing stuff. I'm explaining every single thing that is happening in the market so that you can get your own understanding. So that in the future you can trade on your own. You don't need me every single day, right? You should be able to trade on your own with that knowledge. But we trade live, we trade together. I point out areas where there might be red flags and things. So members are learning every single day. They are learning, right? And members that are part of the day trading are also part of the swing trading. So they are double dipping. They are making money from different angles, right? Making money daily and making money weekly. Okay. So this is what, and again, you learn here. So anybody that is in a day trading service, they learn a lot of new things every single day. Okay. Yeah, so this is 97 USD per month, and this one is 970. You get the 2 months off, 2 months free, and yeah. So someone says, do you also get training on how to use tools? Yeah, everything. So we have everything in the course, in the 4 weeks to trading rich and other courses. We teach you how to set your charts, how to set up this. So if you come here, look at this. See here how my chart looks like. The video tutorial is easy to understand, very, very easy to understand. You can set it up in like how many, in like a few minutes you can set it up. A few minutes you can set it up, and you can have your chart looking like mine. And we give you tell you the tools to sign up to, how to with broker to sign up to every single thing. All the tutorial videos are there, and how to use the tools, everything, right? So we offer so we offer a no trader left behind policy, right? So that's what it is. So yeah, so let me know if you guys have any other questions. Let me know if you guys have any other questions here. Let's see what other questions you guys have. But okay, so I think stick to your trading plan. Yeah, someone said Ebenezer, stick to the trading plan. Access, exactly, right? Don't be someone else's exit liquidity. Don't do that, right? And there's not time to go crazy. There's a time to actually sit back, take strategic moves, make money from it, and have cash on the sideline. Because at some point in October, we are going to get that pullback, right? It did not happen in September. It is going to happen most likely in October. Again, there's no guarantees, right? But most likely it's going to happen in October, right? And if it happens, you don't want to be caught flat-footed, buying a whole bunch of longs, and all of a sudden, boom, it sells off. Then you are going to be there. You are going to be confused. You don't know what to do, and you end up selling and take a big loss, right? So once you get that pullback, that 10% pullback, if you want to go in, that's going to be perfect time to go in. And members in our community, I'll tell them what to do. So if you go back to the chart, you go check the SPY chart or QQQ chart. Every single time there has been a pullback, I alerted it to the community and we made money from it. Every single time. Right on point, right? So once it starts and we get that pullback and that secondary trend line breaks, we will position ourselves to the downside, make money to the downside. And then once they decide to push it up again, we are going to flip and we are going to make money to the upside. So any way they move, the smart money moves, we are going to be ready to capitalize on that move. Okay. All right, guys. So let me know if you guys have any questions. If not, please make sure you if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do so, so that you can get and hit the notification bell, and also make sure that you sign up for that masterclass. You don't want to miss it because it's going to be an amazing one, complete game changer. You don't want to miss it. Again, those that attend the masterclass, I'm going to give them a special present, right? Special present from the market goals. I've showed you what happened last time on April 6th when we did the masterclass and what the returns was. It's 12x return today. Those that are still holding that trade. So yeah, so you don't want to miss it. And also don't keep the information to yourself, right? Make sure you also inform your friends so that they can join and also learn from it. Okay. All right. So have a good night, guys. We would meet again on Tuesday. And those in our community, those are part of the day trading service and swing trading service, we shall trade together on Monday. I can't wait for Monday to come. I'm fired up, ready to go. I don't know about you. If you're fired up, put fired up in the chat. So I'm fired up, ready to go. I don't know about you guys. So I'm fired up. All right, guys. So have a good night. Bye-bye. See you guys on. Have a good one. Bye-bye.